guys, need your favorite bets in the following categories for tonight's MLB slate. So, first base is run line or money line bet that you're liking. Garion, tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Braves as slight road favorites tonight. They are minus 130 on the money line, and this is mostly just betting against John Lester, who I was not expecting to be dealt at the deadline because I wasn't sure anyone wanted John Lester for a push run. Although I don't know if you can call what the Cardinals are about to do a push for the pennant or a push for the NL Central or whatever. He's been terrible in 2021, and specifically, he's been terrible pitching away from Nationals Park, and that's an issue because he doesn't pitch for the Nationals anymore. He's got a 423 opponent WOBA when pitching on the road so far this season. It just hasn't looked really good. Where on the other side of this matchup, you have Max Fried, who I kind of think has been floating under the radar the past couple of months. He got off to a terrible start this season, but if you go back to the beginning of May, he's got a 3.35 ERA. He's got a mid 3.5s FIP, and the Cardinals have not been able to hit left-handed pitching in about 3 months. So I think Atlanta, who also kind of loaded up for their own questionable playoff run at the trade deadline, is in a really good spot tonight. I think they win this game. So the money line at minus 130 is a pretty good bet.
All right, Nick, a run line or money line bet you like?
I'm going to go with Phillies run line. We got Zach Wheeler going up against Patrick Corbin tonight. I would think I wouldn't necessarily need to say more than that. However, Zach Wheeler does not have a win against the Nationals this season, despite doing really well in 3 of his 4 starts against them. The one hiccup that he had against them was probably his biggest hiccup of the season, but that was his first start after the whole MLB foreign substance crackdown came into play. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass there, and he did really well against them last time out. Corbin got tagged by the Phillies last time, and they're one of the better teams against left-handed pitching over the last couple of weeks. And on the season, actually, they have the second best WOBA against lefties, third best OPS against lefties. They're tied 11th in ISO, so kind of middling there. But in general, we're seeing that most of the numbers show that the Phillies, when they're facing lefty, are going to do well. So I have no problem with going with them against Corbin tonight and taking them on the run line.
All right, Nick, second base is game total. So which game are you targeting?
Yeah, so I know we always look at cores and we always think, probably take the over, although this year it's kind of been the opposite. And today I'm actually going to go that way and take the under. We have Cubs, Rockies, and I know the Cubs have been hot after they made their trades, but Kyle Freeland has been really good since mid-June. And 3 of his last 7 starts have been at Coors Field. So, of course, it's important to know that he's doing well at home still. But over those last 7 starts, 1.98 ERA, 34 Ks in 36 innings, only 8 walks and 2 home runs. So, to me, huge. And then not a single one of those games has hit the over on today's total. So, and there was only one time where it hit 11 even on a push. Not obviously those weren't the totals for those games, but in general, the Rockies are not providing him run support a whole heck of a lot, and the opponents aren't doing well against Freeland. As for the Rockies offense, of course, at home, they're usually better, but they haven't done great against righties. I know Zach Davies is going, but one thing going against him too is he doesn't get a whole lot of run support. I think it's only gotten 5+ runs twice since the start of June too. So as much as the Cubs have been hot, they're still prone to getting cold, and they're going up against Freeland today, who's doing well. So I think this game is going to be under 11 runs.
All right, Garion, which game are you targeting? Game total.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the over in Detroit, Boston. Red Sox games actually don't hit the over as much as you think they would, considering they've got this combination of terrible starting pitching and an amazing offense. But we've got 2 pitchers taking the mound in Detroit tonight that I have zero confidence in, maybe even less than zero confidence. We've got Willie Peralta, who's given up 4 home runs and 11 earned runs in his past 2 starts. And then you have Garrett Richards, who enters this game with a 6.21 expected ERA. That is the second worst mark among the 64 pitchers who have thrown at least 100 innings so far this season. The Tigers have actually been a pretty good offense the last couple of months as well. So I don't think this is a situation where Boston has to completely carry the weight to get this game to the over. Since the All-Star break, the Tigers actually have a 115 WRC plus. That is the 5th best mark in all of baseball. So I think both lineups can score runs in this game. I think both bullpens are going to be heavily featured early in this game. So we get to the over here.
All right, third base. Hit me with a pitcher prop, Garion.
I'm going to stick with that same contest and continue doing what I love to do, which is making money off of Garrett Richards. Garrett Richards is terrible. Strikeout props for Garrett Richards are fun because not only is he a, below average to average strikeout pitcher to begin with, he doesn't normally last long enough into games to reach his over. So tonight it's set at 4.5. The under is minus 140. I will gladly take that under. He has failed to get 5 strikeouts in 7 of his last 8 starts. And since the All-Star break, Detroit has the lowest strikeout rate in baseball at just 17.5%. They like to swing early in counts. So I will take the under on this Richards strikeout prop.
All right, Nick, a pitcher prop that you're liking.
I'm with Garion. You got to go target Richards tonight. I'm just going to do it in a little bit of a different way, but I think he's got a great one going with the under on the strikeout prop. I'm going to go with over 5.5 hits allowed by Garrett Richards tonight against the Tigers. Of course, their offense has been a little bit better since the All-Star break and everything. They have the 4th best OPS over versus right-handed pitching over the last couple weeks and the 2nd best ISO against righties during that span. Richards has given up 6+ hits in 11 times this season in 20 starts, so a little over 50%, but 3 of his last 5. So yeah, Richards, I mean, Garion highlighted a ton. He's an easy guy to go and pick on, and I'm going to do that with his hits allowed prop tonight.
All right, and take us home with a hitter prop, Nick.
So I'm going to go over to the West Coast for this one, and I'm going to go with Chris Bryant getting over 1.5 total bases tonight. He's going up against Mad Bum, who he has seen 21 times in his career. 2 of those times have been walks, so he's 6 for 19 against him with a double. And this is his first crack at facing left-handed pitching for the Giants. And, of course, Bryant, we all know, is better against left-handed pitching, 1137 OPS against lefties this season. And what better way to show Giants fans what you can do against left-handed pitching than facing a guy who is a legend in San Francisco, as much as he's not the guy he used to be. And, of course, Arizona's bullpen can factor into this as well, and they don't exactly have a great bullpen. So, for me, I'm taking Bryant tonight, over 1.5 total bases.
All right, Garion, a hitter prop that you like.
Yeah, I'm going to go with one of these head-to-head total base props. I really like these. And we've got one tonight with Aaron Judge going up against Ryan Mountcastle. It is minus 165 for Judge to have more total bases. And that should probably happen. The Yankees are going up against Alexander Wells, who has been crushed by right-handed batters so far this season. He's giving up almost 2.8 home runs per 9 to righties. And Aaron Judge might just be the best hitter of left-handed pitching in all of baseball. At least that's what the extra advanced stats say. He has the highest expected WOBA against left-handed pitching so far this season at 480. That is a huge number. No one even comes close to that. So I would say that Judge to have more total bases than Mountcastle is probably the conservative play. If you do want to get a little spicier, Judge to hit a home run at plus 200 is also a pretty nice bet.